All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and show you this this revolutionary system that's gonna definitely change our situation with PayPal and all the processors shutting us down here lately. One of my colleagues lost $8,000 in the last week dealing with PayPal. The webinar here is going to explain everything to you. I suggest you watch everything to the end. It's about an hour long, but check it out seriously and definitely go ahead and click the button below to get started with your account, because you need this. If you're in network marketing, affiliate marketing, you need this, and that's just what that is, guys. You guys need this.
All right, I appreciate everybody being here. What we're going to talk about today is a major problem that's going on in the industry, in the online marketing world. This has been going on for many, many years, and it's been aggressively getting even worse. I'm going to share with you my story that's happened basically over the last 15 months, and Paul's on here. He can testify to all of this. But I'm going to do it in two different angles. One is going to be at an angle of just a normal affiliate marketer that's out here just trying to make a buck for themselves. And then at another angle, as a affiliate marketer business owner of successful businesses, from that angle, because it's not only affecting affiliate marketers, but it's affecting business owners as well, because they can't move funds the way they want to move it, and their members can't do it as well. So it's definitely impacted businesses. Now I want to flash back. Now I can give you several testimonies, but I'm just going to kind of condense it down to one. Make a long story short, in the last 15 months, I've had 3 Stripe accounts, 5 PayPal accounts, a First Data account, a Square account, and my Cash App account was shut down or frozen. And that's a major problem. And how many people on here, and you can text a little message there, how many people on here have ever had a merchant account shut down, frozen, or limited? Just go ahead and say I or something in the messages, and if you hover over everything, you can see where there's a spot where you can see chat. I had 2. Donald McClellan had 2 accounts shut down, merchant accounts, frozen, limited, can't use them. Plenty. Paulie says plenty. And I know you have, Paul, because you and I went through both. TJ, 3 accounts shut down, limited, frozen. Yes, a few. They're all coming in, PayPal and Stripe. See, people have had, yes, 2 accounts, 10 accounts. One person has 10 accounts. There know of many. I can go on and on and on. This is a major problem, don't you think? So let me ask you this question. When you logged into that account that one day, not knowing what the heck is going on, you're just doing your daily activity, and all of a sudden you log into your merchant account and you realize your account is frozen. At that moment, what was the thought that went through your head? I don't know about
screwed.
You, I was pissed off.
Screwed.
I was ticked. Weren't you?
Hey, yeah, I was ticked.
See, at that moment, I lost my peace of mind. I had no trust in the merchants. They had total control of my money. They have the ability to close my account down.
For the record, Stripe took almost $1,000 from me only about a month ago.
For any reason. Because I violate the terms and conditions, in which they never give you the reason that you violated the terms and conditions. And they don't have, and technically they don't even have to give you a reason. And they have never given me a reason why they shut my accounts down. Because all they say is you violated their terms and conditions because of suspicious activity. That's the term they use, all right? Now, when you get all these accounts frozen, you tend to almost want to quit online marketing, because why do you want someone else controlling your money where you can't even get access to it? Make a long story short, $68,000 frozen in funds in 15 months, that's what I had. It almost literally destroyed my online business. And Paul Rubenstein, who's on here, he can testify to this. Flashback to January 28th, 2018. It was the day my whole life changed. I was running a very successful business, as some of you know, and it was exploding. We were doing between $45,000 and $65,000 a week coming in. Members were making money left and right. It was going nuts. And all of a sudden, I log into my Stripe account on January 28th, 2018. Now, this is just one of the many that got shut down. I'm just condensing it down to one. And they had froze my account with $38,000 in it. They said, I can't access the account for 120 days or the funds. Now, the problem with that is 90% of those funds were commissions to be paid out to members. That was the problem. Because now you're running a program and you can't pay your commissions to your members. That's a major issue. Because you can imagine the complaints that come in when you can't pay your commissions or your affiliates, right? So the complaints started coming in. Long story short, it took me 6 weeks to recover from that. Me and Paul went through, how many was it, Paul? Probably 20 different merchant accounts trying to get set up, trying to recover and to try to get the thing back on track. It was a nightmare. I actually had to borrow $38,000 to pay the commissions out, and then in 20 days recover the money from Stripe. That's when I had to take that risk upon myself. Meanwhile, while I'm doing that, the drawbacks and disputes started coming in. It was a nightmare. My personal accounts were shut down, and but here's, let me just wrap it all up in this. Why should I have that, not have a peace of mind about that? Why should I have to go online and the first thing I have to do every morning is check my merchant accounts to see if the money is still flowing? You know, why is that an issue? That should not be an issue, right? I mean, it doesn't matter what you're selling, whether you're selling digital products, ebooks, software, non-tangible or tangible, because it's happening to people that sell tangible products as well. They're shutting them down as well. Don't think it's just non-tangible products. Why should that be happening? It shouldn't, right? Why should banks be controlling your money? All right. I've been looking for a solution for this for a long time. And now recently, just in the last couple of weeks, over the Christmas break, as some of you it might have happened to you, thousands upon thousands of accounts are being shut down from PayPal, Stripe. I don't know, it just must be that time of year. And because of suspicious activity. You know, my account got shut down, and Don, are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
All right, tell them what happened to you and how long you had your account and everything.
Yeah, so I had my account about 4 years, I believe it's been with PayPal. I've had 2 accounts, 2 business accounts, and you know, I think at least about 100,000 going through each account, and even had merchant working capital loans with PayPal. And so I actually still have the working capital loan. So the way that works is whenever you receive a payment, they would automatically deduct 20% or 15% of the day's volume to pay back the loan. So I basically still have 2 open loans with them, and I still suspended my account. So out of nowhere, about a week ago, I went to log in, and then that's when I saw that both of them had been limited. So basically now I can't pay back the loans, and then on top of that, I don't have access to receive funds, compliance through PayPal. So just like that, they suspended 2 accounts in good standing, even with a loan. So I don't guess there's really anything that they won't do, even if they I owe money, they still suspended the account. So but yeah, that's my thing so far with PayPal. So they'll basically do it to anybody, I would think.
Now I'm glad you shared that with us, Don. I appreciate that. See, if it hasn't happened to you already, be prepared, because it will. I mean, it's just a matter of time. One little thing, one dispute, one drawback, or one little transaction that they see, it just seems kind of out of place, or all of a sudden you have a good day online and you make $1,000 when you haven't made any all week, all of a sudden it throws up a red flag for PayPal. Oh, wait a second, that's suspicious activity. Let me limit their account. Let me tell you, it's going to happen. So what's the solution? Well, for all these years, there's never has been a solution. There's been a Band-Aid solution, a tape solution, a temporary solution, but no solution to give you a peace of mind. Today, I want to give you a peace of mind because we actually have a solution that's going to revolutionize this whole internet marketing thing. It's going to help business owners have peace of mind. It's going to help affiliate marketers not have to worry about being shut down. And that's why I'm going to bring on Anita to talk about it. And because this is what you guys have been looking for. This is the solution for your merchant problems. So Anita.
Good morning, guys. I'm glad to be with you today. And I'm here to tell you that everything that these guys are telling us is going on a grand scale. And we're not allowing people to actually operate business with dignity. When you've accomplished something and you're actually promoting your passion, your ideas, and then they stop your ability to actually transact life, you lose dignity. You lose credibility. And when you cannot do basic banking, which is happening to the people who are extremely wealthy in my world, and the people who don't even have bank accounts because they don't have enough, because the bank doesn't deem them worthy enough, because we've got these systems in place like FICO scores and things that control us that have nothing to do with your ability to really conduct business. So today we have a solution that is going to be able to cover you, that's FDIC insured, by the way, to $150,000 currently, and that may be raised at the moment. So I'm going to share my screen with you. I'm going to tell you that there is a there is a Visa card now with a platform that actually is attached to something pretty incredible. I'm not going to go into all the details today. I'm going to tell you what the payment solution is, and that this is the most secure network in the world. The normal encryption or security level of banks and military is 256-bit encryption. The encryption of this system is over 2,000-bit encryption. And for those of you who are into quantum and quantum physics and processing, you understand what that means. When I go from 256 to 257, it doubles. So do the math. So what I'm showing you here today is that we can send money around the world instantly without any fees. Anybody interested in that? Maybe two in the room. There's two people interested in this room with this information. And now if you're not paying attention, get your cup of coffee, because I'm going to tell you this happens every day in my business. There are businesses that are sending money across ponds instantaneously with no international transfer fee. There's no float time. There is no somebody using your money and then reporting everything to everybody what you're doing, because it's none of their business.
None of their business.
And they're gathering all this intel on you. Now we have a secure system that nobody's looking to see that you bought something with your Visa card, or that you sent money to me to buy my yacht.
Game changer.
If I need to buy John's yacht, I need to send him money, and he sends me the title. That's how it works. And there's nobody that needs to be the middleman. So if this is of interest to you, this is what is here now. If you're wondering if this is a scam, I'm going to tell you that the person who actually is behind this runs the software of a little company called Visa. We actually have the ability to make our own visas and ship our own visas. And it is actually a privatized visa, which is, most people have no idea what that means. In the United States, we can actually use this as a bank in our pocket. So what can you do? You can take this card and you can move money. Remember, I said it's insured to 150,000. It is insured to 150,000. So you could have 150,000 in here. I could send it to John and buy his yacht. I could put some more money in here because this is a debit card. It's loadable. I could go and buy Polly's Island, and I could do multiple $150,000 transactions on any given day. Now, in a standard banking situation, if you do more than 10 or 20,000, depends on which state you're in, they will send out a SARS report on you.
Yep.
Oh, that's suspicious activity, as if no one does more than $10,000 in any kind of
As
transaction.
soon as you hit $9,999
very
or above.
seasoned business people. And have you ever gone to the tellers and you're standing there and they're quizzing you as a business person as to how you would have a check over $10,000.
Right.
Or you're taking money out and they're making a query as to what do you need this money for? And it's like,
it's my money.
$15 an hour teller, and it's none of your darn business what I want that money for.
It's my money.
But they are directed to do that, and they have to send out so many SARS reports every week, and that's what they're pushed to do. I'm here to tell you, you can lose that. You don't have to go into the bank anymore. You can do this all from your mobile device. I conduct my payments in my business through this device to many subcontractors on one of our businesses. So right at this point, let's say you've actually loaded this card, John, because you sell some proprietary software and services, and you have some money that came in from all over the world, and you're limited to 91 countries, by the way. And this is actually available in 58 languages plus many dialects. We're going to have the capability to actually get service with instant translation with Google. So I've got a card, and this is a card that's basically within this community, and we'll talk more about the community another day. But today, this is one feature that you guys need, obviously, to stop the irritating things that are happening to your ability to conduct business. So if I have this Visa, and let's say that I want to take a trip to Thailand and go see Jack, I can take my card to Thailand. This is all in US dollars. So when I go to Thailand, there might be a conversion when I actually use those funds, which is normal with any Visa, right? We are not usurping normal banking laws. We are working within the normal constraints of legalities of this. However, if I wanted to take $15,000, $20,000, $150,000 with me, probably not a good idea to try to go through customs with that kind of money. I can put as much money as I want in here. I can use it while I'm there. John could send me some more money into my Visa, and I'm now reloaded internationally remote. This gives you ultimate function when you're traveling, doing business around the world, and this is, as long as we do it within each other, this is why I'm telling people I am including all of my business associates with one of these accounts. You do not have to have a contract. You could do this month to month. There's no credit check required because it's a debit card. You're guaranteed approval, and you can use it globally wherever Visa is accepted. That's pretty simple, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
So now you can use this in brick and mortar, click and order. You can use this at a street vendor if you want. And we can use it with each other and exchange fees within our community for absolutely no fees. If I want to take the $150,000 and I want to send it to my, Joe Blow bank in the United States or any other place in the world, it's going to cost me 50 cents to transfer $150,000. Has anyone ever transferred, has anyone ever transferred $150,000 for 50 cents to anywhere?
No, it costs more than that.
No. So this happens whether you're in the U.S. or whether you're doing this overseas. How do you get access to this? How do you get access to this solution? Why would you want this solution? The better question is, why wouldn't you want this solution?
Exactly. Why would you not?
So, bottom line is, it's basically for a card with these kind of capabilities. There's some cards on the market called Centurion cards. They spend about $6,000 a year to have those kind of cards that have carte blanche. You basically have the functionality of a Centurion card in this ORU Black Visa. And now you are going to be in an elite society for banking functions with special privileges. I can send that $150,000 for John's yacht instantaneously to him. And how quickly does the money get there, John? We did this yesterday. How fast does the money get there?
Well, there's different ways you can get the money. If you do it from member to member, it's within, I know it's kind of slow. It's probably 2 seconds. I know it's kind of slow for some people, but that's literally how long it takes, 2 seconds. Matter of fact, on another webinar, we'll show you how quick it is. It'll be click, bing. That's how quick it is.
Click, bing.
And can you go over how they actually can fund their accounts and people can actually pay them for like a high ticket business or whatever, something like that? Because I know a lot of people are interested in that. How can I take payments for all these programs that I'm doing?
Well, there's 2 avenues with the Visa card. You're able to actually attach a bank account to this Visa card, which is a very unique feature that doesn't happen anywhere. You do not have to go through a credit check, and you can create a bank account with a routing number and an account number. I can have somebody call me from anywhere in the world, and I can take a debit card or a credit card, or I can take a wire transfer from anybody anywhere in the world into the account that I can attach to this ORU Visa card. The payment comes, and I think we did it yesterday, and it took about 30 minutes.
Yeah, we took a credit card payment. I made a high ticket sale yesterday for $6,500, and he paid with a credit card right into the system, and it was basically, I think it was less than 30 minutes. It was in the account. Just like
right.
that.
Now, there's another great feature about that, John, and I do want to highlight that really quickly, is that most of the time when you're accepting credit cards, there's high merchant fees. And anywhere, and plus the float. Most people do not have instant redemption of funds when you take a credit card payment. There's a float. Usually it's 24 to 48 hours. If it's international, it can be up to 3 weeks.
That's true.
And not only that is the transaction going through, but the availability of the funds to the business itself can have a hold on it. Because we might just have somebody who got up and didn't have the right cup of coffee that morning and may have, oh, this looks suspicious to me. Because no one spends $6,000, right? I mean, it's just an anomaly. And they just picked you out of the lineup to be on their SARS report for the day because they had to have someone today, and you were it.
Yep. Random.
Special selection. So this is the basic function, guys. It's proven, it's tested. This is actually the most encrypted and most secure system you're going to find for payment. And since there is no credit check, there's no contract, there's one requirement to have access to this. One requirement, not $6,000 membership a year, not having the right last name. It costs you $5.95 a month.
Sign me up.
You could run your payroll. You could use your distribution to your affiliate teams. All your affiliate teams could get instant payment, and it costs you nothing. It costs them nothing. And it's a matter of a few clicks on the keyboard and done. And now it is completely ledgered and stored in an encrypted cloud storage, all this data at 2048-bit encryption.
Wow.
Unheard of.
Wow.
And this is just the tip of the iceberg, John. If people want to get started and actually get this implemented for their asset management today, how do they get that? Do you want to add that into the chat box so people can actually get started?
Yeah, it's already did. It's our.
That is powerful, guys. That is seriously powerful.
How much can be cashed out at ATMs?
Unless there's a limitation to the ATM, particularly in whatever country you're at, because some countries actually have a limitation, such as in India, they have a limitation of like $70 a day. But it actually is case by case because some of them don't have much of a limitation. Some have a $500 limit a day. That is not controlled by Visa, that's controlled by the ATM provider.
Good question. What about chargebacks? I know we covered this in detail yesterday with Gary. Can you go over that?
Yes,
Great
chargebacks.
question.
Since this is a decision for business, and the problem that most people in business have is that with traditional credit cards, is that there are some people who use your great intellectual property They get what they want from it, and then they file a complaint, because some of the complaint periods can be up to a year. Some of them have varying time periods. That is ridiculous, especially if you're selling software with a proprietary application and it requires you to take action. And now I'm going to blame Polly because I didn't take action, but I actually secretly did make some money. I'm going to utilize this, and now I'm going to send it back and say, you know, this just didn't work for me. I know that probably never happens to any of you out there, but I know people that does happen to. And so in this case, there is no way that they're going to be coming to you and not have to abide by the warranty and the guidelines that you set out in the agreement originally. Now, as a part of this community, there is a sentinel. So if people are what I would call a dirtbag, they can be asked to not come back again. And so people who operate with lack of integrity and lack of scruples, they will be uninvited. If they try to do it to one person, they're not going to be doing it to anybody else. Now, this is not about like, you know, PayPal's annual spring cleaning. Very different than that. It's based on actual business practices. If you're unethical and you are scamming people, that's very different. If you're following by your guidelines, you're providing a good service, this is where this is going to be great. So if that's you, this is the place for you.
Somebody's asking about referral bonuses. No doubt.
No doubt. It is very, very wonderful.
I wouldn't get into that too much. I would just basically highlight it.
Yeah, at this point, guys, this is a platform that's been put together to enhance many different benefits of your life. And then by offering these benefits to other people, absolutely. Just like when you go to Uber and you refer somebody to Uber, you get a $20 voucher, whatever it is. That kind of a referral bonus program does exist within this community. One second, I'm almost there. Okay, so once you actually get an account, you're going to actually get a profile. And down here on the left-hand margin, it'll say view my profile. And it's going to be listed here. It'll say your sharing code. All right. So this is my sharing code for this account. You're also going to, when you register your account originally, it is going to, did that actually share on the screen, John? You're muted. Okay, let me unmute you.
No, it didn't.
Okay, hang on. Okay, so when you go on to your main screen of your account, I come down the left-hand margin down here to view my profile. That is where you're going to find this share code. It's going to say share code. You can just copy this, paste it in the email, and send it right over to somebody. They go ahead and create a username. It can be in a company name. It can be an individual name. It can be an LLC name. It could be in a nonprofit's name. You create a password. It needs to be 8 characters, 1 capital, 1 lowercase, and 1 special feature, generally a number. And you're on your way. As you go through the process, it's going to take you directly to creating a request for your Visa card. So if that doesn't happen for some reason, you come over here, it says ORU Visa card, and you actually go in here and request a Visa card. Is that helpful, John?
Yep, I appreciate that.
After you register your account, you're going to get a confirmation email that you will need to go in and click on. And it's going to actually show you what your username is, your share code is. So I would actually just take a photo with take your smartphone and maybe put that under notes, under your contacts or something until you get that memorized. I use mine every day. I don't have to take pictures of it. It's pretty well used all the time.